helping us today. We're going to make sure we get Rob Rutt's name, and we're going to put it right up there so you know. And to continue, tell me, in California, every 4 years, do you have to take a test, or is it something you have to renew your vows, or
Every
learn
year.
more information
Because
every
I'm
four
also a
years?
notary.
Every
Oh,
four
over here
years.
in California, because I'm Las Vegas.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
4 years, sir? Every four
every
years?
4 years,
Every
yeah.
4 years, probably, I
Yeah,
guess,
every
yeah.
4 years, you do have to take the class. You have to take the what's called the CE courses, the continuing
Yes,
education.
yes, I do that.
It's about 6 hours, and
Mm-hmm.
you renew your bond, and you're given a new commission number.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's not like a license where you keep that same license that you're renewing, and the commission is issued by the California Secretary of State every 4 years. And I've always wondered if you're now giving a new commission number, can you just give up your journals and bring them over to the LA County clerk? Because I'm no longer that notary. I don't want to hold on to these things. It gets to be
I
expensive
thought you
after a
had to
while.
keep it for 7 years.
No, you keep them as long as you're a notary.
Oh, I see, I
And
see.
once you're done being a notary, you have like
Mm,
30 days to return it to the county clerk. And
mm.
if you don't, it's a misdemeanor. So you want to make sure you get those records back to the county clerk. Think the Secretary of State, they always want you to keep them under your direct control. But one of the
Mm.
things I've done, and they don't have a problem with it, is I keep my journals in a safe deposit box. I mean, it's not really under my direct control, but I have the control over getting into my box.
Mm.
I've got the key, and then the bank has the other one to get into them, to get to my records, and that's where I keep them. That's where they're safe and sound.
And so, more so than that, the TV show, he and I, it's quite a story, and he is so talented. Now, when you, this is my question: where did the writing come in? Is it the journalism, or is it the creativity? Because when you was writing, you had this much thick of script, and I was asking, well, what are you gonna do with it then? I mean, what had you planned to do? You were in the land of plenty of Los Angeles, but you did meet with me. But before then, what were your goals when you were actually writing?
I probably to get the thing optioned like everybody else. I mean, you're doing
So,
it. You're doing it to get optioned.
is
I make a
that
killing.
what is your story all about? Meaning, when you write, a lot of writer like me, if I want to write, I want to talk about the love story or the sadness of my life. What is your, because in your mind, a lot of writer, for example, like every president, every vice president, every the wives of the president, they write the books, the story about living in a White House. What is your story about when you write the books?
Well, the the person that I patterned my script structure after is "Save the Cat" by a guy named not Blake Snyder. I forgot his first name.
It's
He
like
passed
Dr.
away.
Seuss,
No, no, no. His
because
name
save the
is
cat,
no the same.
cat in
Well,
the hat.
no, 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 no. Nothing to do with Dr. Seuss. It was a guy named not Blake. I think it was Blake Snyder. I think it was his name. He passed away in 2009. He was in his early 50s. But the
Mm.
style of what's the catalyst, what's the fun and game section, what's the midpoint, what's your denouement? You're starting resolving all the issues of the character. Who's the
So
protagonist?
the
Who's the main
story of
characters?
yours is like, how do you call this? In the movie is just like effect or just
You mean how do you do the
the
writing
story, the
itself?
writing
Well,
story.
first of all, you got to stop. You start off with you want to start off with kind of like a thesis statement, and you want to say what's the objective, what's do you want to do, or you come up with your title and you try to stay true to that title. What are you trying
Mm.
to do? Like one of them I did was called I'm doing right now. It's called legal. It's called Pushing Through the Levels, and it's about two black athletes, world class black athletes who grew up in not the best circumstances,
Mm.
maybe a broken home or so on, and they end up they're like in their last year of in the university, and they're being tutored by someone who's you know they just know the topics left and right, and they're their
Mm.
tutor. And one is in basketball. He's kind of like Charles Barkley, very flamboyant, maybe conceited, I don't know. And then the other one is the quarterback of the football team. He's like a Warren Moon type, very shy and retiring. And he wants to learn economics. He wants to learn accounting. He wants to learn marketing. He wants to learn the business side. Where the other guy is, I'm going to ride this bitch for all it's worth. Where he's the one who wants to learn more because the football career is a lot shorter than the basketball career. And as
So,
they got into the last year, they kind of,
mhm.
you could see where the relationship was kind of splintering because they now kind of had different ideas. They were kind of going on their own separate ways. But that's just a couple of
So
things about
that's
the
a
script that I wrote.
story.
Yeah,
His
that's just
story.
one. I mean, another one was called Second Chances. It's a TV show that I was trying to put together and I'm starting to do more with it, where it portrays the parole process in the United States,
Mm,
and it would start with the parolees themselves. How did they get there? How long have they been there? What's going on? Do they have any family support? Do
mm,
they is it their second time, third time, fourth time? Who's coming to their aid to say, okay, if they get paroled, parole board, they have a job to come to. That's the first half. The second half would be the board themselves. What kind of background did they have? How did they get that job? Were they former military? Were they former law enforcement? Is it
mm,
appointed? Is it elected? It's how long?
mm.
How can you term for? And it goes into their backgrounds. And you got 50 states, so you basically almost have 50 episodes. And then you have the federal system. And it also would
Wow.
delve into different things like I don't know if you ever heard of a movie called The Getaway with
I like that
Paul
movie.
McQueen.
Yeah,
Okay, all
The
right. Then
Getaway.
now
So
she's
it's gonna
she
be like
slept.
that.
Well, it just will go into certain
Well,
improprieties.
let's
Where she
talk.
slept with the board
Let's
member
talk
to get him
behind the
out.
scene later on. I have something for you. Since you like to be in a movie and since you like to write a story, we can work
Oh,
together.
Yeah,
all
I'll
right.
see.
All right. So also,
Yeah.
I
But we'll
do
learn from each other.
Sure, sure.
now of the popular show that he has now, and he actually brought it here to the TBC network. Is called Legal Central, and he is Legal Central.
Yeah.
So tell Arielle in the audience about Legal Central.
Well, Legal Central was started around 2006, 2007 when I started doing notaries at the LA County jails.
Mm,
And the one thing I came in contact with is how oblivious people were to what they needed the notary for. Why would they need to put money on someone's books? What do they do if their car got impounded? How do you find a right attorney? How do you find the right bail bondsman? And all of these things, a lot of people didn't understand. Why would you need money on the books? You're in jail. What do you need money on your books for? Well, you're going to do what you're going to pay for a phone card so you can call your relatives, or they have what's called the commissary where you can order ramen noodles or cupcakes or
mm,
whatever, and women would get shampoo. So there's different things that go
mm.
on inside that you still have needs. I mean, the state doesn't provide you with everything,
Correct, correct.
and one of the things I was doing and haven't done as much lately, I used to help marry people in jail. I know it
Wow.
sounds like an oxymoron.
Luckily, we're not married.
Yeah, well, oxymoron. It's
I
a
would
little
have
bit
to
of a.
call him so he could come in
Oh, when you get
and
married, are you
spend some
planning to get
time.
married?
Well, no, not
I was
not
marrying.
anytime
I
soon.
thought you're single. You're not dating. Are you dating now? I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
well, so I don't know. Maybe somebody's out there for me to date, or maybe you get married. So if I do, and if you're in jail and I need to have a visit, you know who you call? Robin
Ghostbuster.
Nora.
There's a pot for every lid.
I
Yeah,
gotta
well,
tell you.
helping marry every people in jail. I mean, there's a lot of people out there with people from other
Why
countries.
notary?
Huh?
Why notary? Okay,
Why
let me
notary?
tell you.
Are you getting out the jail? You're gonna call the
No,
notary? I thought we're gonna
well,
call the
the reason
lawyer
I
and
said
pay
that,
the bond, right?
the reason I said that, now he had a very popular show,
Uh-huh.
and I would happen to
Yeah.
work with him, and we had a scene about the notary helping the incarcerated man see
Mm.
his woman, and
Oh
so
yeah.
that's when you have to call the notary. Or the notary have to be there in order for them to spend a quality time for each other, with each other.
Hmm.
So yes, yeah, it's called.
I think
You
that's
can tell
like a
them what it is
funny
called.
movie or funny
Conjugal.
stuff.
Is
It
it
was to help for the conjugal visits,
conjugal? You
and
know what conjugal mean? It sounds like jungle boogie, but it's conjugal. No.
Conjugal,
could
like a
be. I don't know.
term
Everybody's got
conjugal.
their own interpretation, but it was usually people did this when they got married
Right.
was to put them on the path of citizenship, because you have a lot of Americans out there who are with people who were not of citizenship, and sometimes it was the person who was
Wait,
inside.
wait. Are we talking about some nationality who get married or married for inconvenience or married of what?
These
Because
were people.
you said,
These Well, these were people who were already together for years. Some of them had kids. They were just
okay.
afraid to kind of come out of the shadows because there's a lot of fear of as soon as you come out, once you've exposed yourself, what am I exposing myself to? But if someone's in jail and maybe someone's looking at getting deported, they would finally put themselves on the path to citizenship. We did get married. Some of them already had Social Security numbers. They were working for employers. They did tax returns, and they just didn't have citizenship. And we helped make them married in jail, and that would be kind of like the first step to put them on the path to citizenship. But these are people who they'd already been together for years. It isn't like they were trying to do something illegal to slip one by. They had kids, had tax ID numbers, had jobs. They just got caught in the system. I mean, one of the unfortunate things about when you're with somebody who's maybe not legal, it puts a lot of pressure on the relationship, and sometimes things get out of hand real easy. I mean, I was supposed to bail someone out who got arrested, and they end up getting deported. And there's the one parent still left there with the kids, while the other one's in another country. So I don't know how they're going to get
That's
them
what
back.
they need you, right?
Well, they need me to help them get married, at least get them on the path. That's the first step. But they have to follow through, because once they're married, they do their time, and when they come out, you want to have that citizenship started before they get out, because if they're still not a citizen by the time they do their time, off they go. So yeah.
Well, that is an interesting conversation.
The motto of our when we were doing the things was, hey, get married in jail because you can't lock up love. No, can't lock up love.
Love, there's no barrier.
That's right. You can't lock up love.
That's why love, there's no barrier. That's why these parents, actually, I've been watching the news, and I've been watching this video live taping in the border, and they have parents, they're just throwing their children over the fence, and just to have a life in the USA. Either a lot of people are talking bad about USA, but this is the best country ever.
If it's so bad, why do so many people want to come here?
Correct. And I saw this one, I feel so bad, these three kids, okay? But you got to remember, okay? No matter what, either I'm a citizen, I'm still Filipino, okay? If this Philippine next to the border, OMG, come on, we all probably gotta jump on the fence, because this is the land of the free, and the country ever that no one can say this is bad, because no matter what, everybody wants to come here, but they cannot come because of the situation.
Well, once they first set foot set foot in the country, they have rights. Do you know how that got started?
Well, no. Okay, I agree with you that they have rights. Wait.
But do you know how that got started?
Wait. They don't. They have rights, but they had to follow the rules and regulation. They cannot come in this country that mandated us to follow the rules and regulation. It's not fair, because there's a lot of people. Okay, there's a good people, there's bad people, and some bad people, they want to mandate. They said, "Hey, I had to wear turban. Hey, you cannot pray." Why? That has been going on since ED or BC or whatsoever. It's not going to go away. But why come here and change our country? Go back to your country and change your country. If you're in the country, if you're dressing up, okay, I don't know what country is that. You can even dress up and rebuild your body. You have to cover yourself. But when they come in here, they have to mandate us is to do whatever their country is telling them. No, this is a free of the land, and no one can tell us what to do. You guys go back to where you belong and do whatever your country wants us you to do to their country. Now I'm getting mad. Oh, I supposed not to get mad.
You was going to tell us.
You don't have to take it out on
Okay,
me.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
believe how it got started was when Castro sent a boatload of his undesirables from that country, and they went to Miami, and we got dropped off in Florida, and the American government put them all back on the boat, sent them back to Cuba, and as soon as they came back to Cuba, when they got off the boat, Castro had them all executed. And the American press just went bananas over this.
When did this happen?
Back in I think it was the late 70s, early 80s or so, I think is when it happened. And from then forward, anybody who set foot on American soil, they were guaranteed some rights.
It's so sad. Okay, before, when President Trump, they're destroying his name, because he said, especially the four squad, AOC, Eliomar, Talib, Rashida, Aliana, whatever Presley, they are attacking President Trump because he said President Trump is destroying the immigrant and they're putting them in the cages. But what the President Biden promised to them, I'm independent, okay? I don't care whatever they promise, but look what happened now. It's worse than President Trump. Can you see? They're not even allowing the journalists there, but now they're allowing. It's so bad. Why they make a promise? Because he wants to be a president of the United States. Then make that promise happen. Let them come in the USA. Of course, not the bad guys. Bring the good ones. There's so many kids out there. It's not their fault because their parents want them to have a good life. But why make a promise just because you're president now? Then you are president now. Then go there, not to be blindsided about it. It's so sad. People are dying because of you, Mr. President Biden. You made a promise to these people that you're gonna bring them inside the United States. You didn't even take care of the inside of the United States. There is still non-immigrant. They're still illegal. But why are you bringing more? Take care of the inside first before you bring in more. It's so sad. We are the best country ever, but because you made a promise, you destroyed the lives of people. You're the one who destroyed them right now on the border. You know that? I'm sorry, but it gets me upset because
Well, there are some people who feel that the more people you invite to the party, that's less punch for everybody at the party, and the more people you're letting in, we're going to have a limit. We're going to have a maximum. I mean, how many?
there's no limit because this is the best country ever. It makes me upset. Okay, when President Trump, once again, I repeat myself. Okay, when President Trump, they're destroying every single minute. Okay, Fox News, CNN, all this newscaster. But look at now. Where is Mr. President Biden? They're not attacking him. They should attack him right now because it's so bad and the border. It's really bad. I just saw it the other day. My God, these 3 kids, they just throw it over the fence just to be here in the U.S. I feel sad. I feel sad. And someone is dying because of Mr. Biden. Mr. President Biden, you make a promise, you make that happen. It's your fault. It's not these people's fault. You make them work for a week just to come inside the USA because of you. It's not their fault. I'm so sorry to say that, but that's what happened. A lot of people are asking me, okay, I have a viewer and she's really a Democrat and she's attacking me. He said, I had to go back to my country because I speak the truth. And he said, President Trump is an evil and Mr. Biden is an angel. How did it happen? Come on, he is complaining himself when he was a vice president of the United States. He was jealous because Mr. President Obama, he never invited him at the White House. Now you own the White House.
Yeah, so
Now do your job.
absolutely. Do your job.
Do your job. Stop
Now-
making promises. You keep promising. That's the reason why you won, because these people trusting you. I'm sorry, I'm getting upset because of you.
Okay.
Yeah, men are the problems for every woman out there. I mean, we're the real problem. Yeah, right. I think
I have
we're
to
the
because of
solution.
you. It's your fault.
So she's hitting
Always.
the nail on the head.
Just
It's
blame the
my
guy.
fault.
Say about that to you is that if they're legal, fine, but if it gives no one any right to come in here.
Oh, come on, I disagree with that. We have so many illegal immigrants inside the USA, not just in the USA, anywhere in the world, because they want to have a good life. Now, Mr. President, you should take care of all the illegal immigrants here in the USA before you can bring more people or choose the best. I don't know how you're going to choose it. I don't know. We're in pandemic. Okay, we're still not open 100%. We're probably 50%. All the small businesses or the businesses are dying to open their business. But here you are bringing more pandemic, and it's so hard and it's so sad. Your poor squad, especially Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, why you're not attacking your own president right now? This is our president, okay? Whoever is the president of the United States, they're the leader of the United States. You made a promise, then make it happen, period.
All right.
Okay, you can't say that.
As for Rob the Notary over here in Legal Central about 20 minutes ago, before someone got off on a tangent over here, tell us how you really feel.
How I feel about it, okay?
Okay.
Think about
I
it. How
think-
you
I
feel
think we
about
got the
it?
gist
Come on,
of
this
it.
is a good roundtable discussion.
All right. So we do have other guests, but I was going to say with me, I understand the fact that everybody is right now is looking to do the right thing, and we need to make sure that these people are legal, and if we take care of our people over here first, take care of the illegal immigrants over here. That is
I have a lot of things to say about this, Bal and Rob. Think about this. The Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, she is in the place of the worst state ever. And also whatever the congresswoman name is, Maxi, they are living lavish life and they don't even take care of this homelessness, and they are worst in the world. Okay, this is the best country ever, but these two leaders of this United States, especially on their state, especially Pelosi, the Speaker of the House is ignoring her state. They are living lavish, attacking the president, attacking vice president. You know, those people are not real. They're fake. They don't even want to take care of their own state. Look, it's the worst ever state ever they have. Look at Los Angeles, California. Go to 4th Street, 5th Street, 6th Street. We went there. We were trying to help. But if you can even, every day, the fire trucker, they will spray it to make it smell better. Why? Because why are we ignoring that type? Before they can bring more people, they have to take care of their own state, especially California, San Francisco, Los Angeles, California. Hey, we have those leaders, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, Maxi, whatever her name is. When
Maxine
President
Waters.
Maxine
Maxine
Waters,
Waters?
whatever.
okay.
I don't know. You put me on this situation.
She
I
defeated
get
Joe
angry.
Collins.
All right, so
I'm sorry.
we're gonna relieve our.
Okay.
I just can't help. I look at Los
I was
Angeles and I
like,
say,
hold it.
what was the International Olympic Committee thinking to say we're going to give Los Angeles the Olympics? I mean, what were they looking
Where are
at?
they gonna put the homeless?
That's right.
They don't even. We have so many buildings out there, empty building. What are the government are doing? Hey, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Governor, are you guys living blind in this state? Come on, this building worth billions of dollars, and you have this million of homelessness there. Take care of your country and state first.
We're gonna talk.
How are we gonna bring another guest? I guess
kinda hard to
I'm getting hot here.
Arielle.
Yes.
All right.
It's kind of hard to help people who don't want to help themselves.
We want to be able to help them, and we're going to have to basically do something about that. And we're going.
We did try.
Right. And so, Mr. Rob Nutter, the Rob the Nutter here.
Wow.
We want to make sure that you know that we do appreciate what he does in educating people with Legal Central.
Welcome, welcome to the show of Arielle Live TV and Bar TV and True Broadcasting Network. Sorry about that. I'm more in politics. So, well, not really politics. I just want to tell the truth out there. You know, it's not fair. I've been watching for 4 years of President Trump, and now the president now in 100 days is not over yet. They're not doing their good job. He is not doing his job. What? He been holding up these people. You know, Kamala Harris has been laughing. You know, journalists are asking her, "Hey, when are you gonna visit the border?" Ha ha! I don't know when.
Exactly.
What the heck? And don't call yourself a Black American. You should be proud about who you are, being an Indian and
I thought she was Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Have you should be proud of it.
I don't think
Come
her
on,
dad
don't
voted
call
for her.
yourself Black American. You are not. You are Indian and you are Jamaican. Be proud of that.
To Mr. Campaign.
All right, we'll bring our next
Other
guest.
guests coming in, and
Wasn't
we wanna
that
thank
fun?
you.
Remember, this is a free speech, right?
Right.
I hope they're not gonna shut down my network.
Find out.
Well, surely we might. Well, thank you, but Rob.
Somebody has a Kenergy coffee over here. That's why she's so wound up having that coffee every morning.
I think I was.
See, you can be angry and energized just like her, having
Okay.
Kenergy coffee.
Well, I never become
He's gonna
angry.
jump. Our next guest.
Wait, hold on. Let me answer, Rob. I
Okay.
never become angry. I'm just being honest.
She's passionate.
Isn't it? You have to be honest, right?
Passionate.
And
Passionate.
drink Kennedy coffee for mental.
Stop talking about energy coffee.
Well, maybe she has the tea side of it. She doesn't drink the
Yeah.
coffee.
So I'm not angry. I'm just expressing what's going on for the last 4 years. I seen it, and a lot of people are telling me, hey, why you're not talking about that on your television? Are you afraid to tell the truth? I said, no, I am not afraid to tell the truth. The truth is, for the last 4 years, the past president, they attacked him because of the immigration, immigrant, and the border. Now they're not attacking President Biden. It's not fair. The two networks are not fair. Fox News and CNN and other network. You know, all these journalists, they've been bashing out the past president. But
Right.
there you are. I mean, it's
I
more worse than before.
I think the homeless situation is only going to intensify because as the future goes on, more and more automation will be setting in and more people will be displaced.
We have $2 trillion just has been there. What are you gonna do, Mr. Biden, to that money?
Wait a minute, wait. You can't go broke as long as you got your printing press. I mean, come on.
$2 trillion. Where is that now?
Right.
Okay, the stimulus, what, 1,400? How does this gonna
How could
work?
it take months to put out a $1,400 check? If it was their check, it'd have been done in 20 minutes. Congress would have passed. Jesus.
Absolutely. So that's where we are with that.
See, you guys should not be part of me because I'm gonna be talking about this and it's gonna take long. So where's our next guest?
Okay. Well, so maybe
Ow.
maybe you should be the next guest. Maybe we should just leave.
But
it.
do you
be-
guys
You know,
hold
it's
on
funny
a
you're talking
second?
about-
Hold on a
if we're talking about
second.
anger, I was going to say, in my anger management facilitation sessions, one of the people got kicked out of another one because the patient didn't agree with the politics of the instructor, and they got kicked out, and they ended up
Okay,
coming
let
to my
me ask you,
program.
both of you. I'm going to ask you guys. I don't care whatever your ticket, if you're Republican, Independent, or Republican, or Democrat.
Greenpeace.
What is your opinion? Let me ask the opinion because we're still in pandemic. We're not even done yet. We're still there. We're not even openly wide yet. What is you first? What is your opinion to this situation? What's going on in our country? You have 2 minutes. That's too long. 1 minute.
I'll think for a minute and a half, and then I'll answer the last.
All right. What about
I-
you, Miss?
I
Okay.
think the American public really doesn't know enough about what's going on. I think some things are being kept from us intentionally. I don't think we really know what everything that's going on. I mean, they made a clone of the virus and basically did a synthetic parts of it and whatever these pieces are to put the virus together. There's only so many components out there and so many vaccinations that they can have. But the government is paying for it. But I think in the end, our taxes will be going up and be paying for it.
Do you know that this is a war? This is a war.
Not
They kill us based on the virus. They didn't kill us because they cannot kill the
killed us
United
emotionally.
States. They kill us with virus. So what about you?
Emotionally.
What's your opinion about
Okay.
this?
Well, my opinion is that people have to educate themselves, and if they open their eyes and educate themselves, search for the truth, and not be told the truth, then they will see that this will actually go away as quick as it came. But fact, not until I would say that the patriots take back the American way, meaning that this COVID and this creation that they say they created in the lab and they created, but it's fact. I mean, if you do your studying, you know who actually patented the COVID-19. So it's a patent virus, and so we have to go along with we have to go along with it until our Second Amendments are.
We get killed behind the
I,
scene. It's actually behind your back. They killed us behind our back, But this is a surprise attack. Look at the Pearl Harbor. Remember Pearl Harbor?
I wasn't there, but
we
I
got
heard about
attacked. This is attack, Well, you get to remember my family is in the military. So let's not talk further about that. They might kill me later, but let's bring
thank you for adding us because
let's bring
was
the,
your conversation. It wasn't my.
It's so nice of you to involve us over there. Jesus.
I'm so sorry, Rob. Did I put you in a stop?
so
No, don't be
wonderful
sorry.
of you. You're so gracious.
Thanks a lot. But back to you, Rob. Is there anything you want some people to know in regards to looking out for your shows or anything? What's going on with
Well,
you?
just
Yes,
look out
tell me
for-
about that.
You want to know about Legal Central?
Yes, you had 2 minutes.
I have 2 minutes. Well, Legal Central is basically about educating the public on what they're in for whenever someone gets arrested. Fingerprints, bail, commissary, money on the books, hiring of the right attorney, getting the right bail bondsman, knowing what's going on, making sure you know when your court date is, so you don't, which is another thing the bail bondsmen provide. With all the COVID going on, they were letting everybody know when their court was going on. People who just got let out, oh, I got released. Oh, okay. Never thought about having to go back to court. Then they realize there's a warrant out there for their arrest.
Oh, my.
Another service that the bail bondsmen provide. Oh well.
Then I'm out and they still got a warrant. Wow,
But
that's terrible.
usually the people in custody usually need the most document I notarized was power of attorney, because they're giving someone power of attorney to be able to manage their affairs. You know, write that check, pay that rent, make that car payment, because you can make any kind of payment, but that doesn't mean you have the right for that finance company to talk to you, or the landlord who you were renting from.
Right.
And that's basically what that power of attorney handles, or maybe to pay the attorney, handle your bail, to be able to get them paid. And that's the document that I've seen the most. Even with the pandemic, we had couples who were giving each other power of attorney in case one went down. Boom, the other one was in place, ready to continue on. And the refis were off the charts. People refining their property because they didn't know what was going to happen. Was real estate going to go down? Gee, I don't know what's going to happen for the next year. Well, have we got enough money? Let's just max out the house, take the equity, and get it out of that bank and put it in another one so nobody can get to it. And that's what people were doing because they were running out of money. I think one of the things Trump did do, pushing back the IRS 3 months, if he should have issued an executive order to say, hey, we're going to forgive the year of 2019. Anybody who's paid in, let them get a refund. Because Roosevelt, I believe, did that in 1943. Everybody was out of work for the Depression for 10 years. And then they went to work in 42. And then in March 15th back then, when taxes were due, nobody knew what the hell to pay because they hadn't been working for 10 years. So Roosevelt said, gee, not to impede or undercut the war effort, because it was still very much in doubt in early 43. He says, we're going to forgive 1942. We're going to take it out now going forward. And I wish Trump had came out and said, hey, we're going to forgive the year of 2019. Forget it. Because that way you take the politics out of it. You don't have to sit there and wait for somebody to make a decision.
You should not be a notary. You should be a legal expert. You should be a lawyer.
I have been accepted to law school.
You sound like
I've been
you're
accepted
not
to law
notary.
school. I got accepted to law school. So I'm trying to. What?
Simon,
What?
Well, we're gonna bring the guest
Simon.
next guest.
thank you. He's our help. And we're going to have you to get Mr.
Come join and argue with us next time, or debate. You like that, huh?